Hey, it's Tim. I've been asked by several people how to model a bucket strategy where you split your investments into three different buckets: short term, a long term, and an even longer term bucket. I've set up a basic case here in Retirement View. You see here, we just have John. He's age 60, retiring at 65. I really haven't put in a lot of data. I put in a little bit of Social Security, and I put in a retirement goal, and I'm going to show you how to model three different buckets. So instead of having all of their money in one nest egg and setting a return, etc., we're going to do it in buckets. The way you're going to do that, though, is with cash infusions. That's how you can control each investment's return. So I'm going to click on cash infusions, and I'm going to go up here to line 1, and I'm going to call it bucket 1. And I'm going to say they have 300,000, or actually I'm just making up these numbers. Let's say it's growing at something conservative like 3.1%. And we're going to let that grow for 5 years. So we're not going to tap it till he retires at 65. John is 60 right now. And we're going to do duration 1. It's going to basically grow this 300,000 as a side fund at this rate, injected at this age, and we're going to put it either into taxable or perhaps qualified. The person asking this question didn't tell me what kind of account the money's in. So for now, I'm just going to do taxable. The growth rate after it starts is not relevant, okay? Because we're just injecting this side fund at age 65. It's a one-time. The growth rate after it starts occurs if there's multi-year infusion. So I'm going to add that into the plan, and you see here he starts to run out in like 5 years. So I'm going to go back into cash infusions. Let's do bucket number 2. Bucket 2. Let's say that's 300,000. I'm just going to kind of pretend he split his money. Let's say they get a little higher return because it's 5 years away. So at age 70, we're going to inject this side fund. So the program will grow this amount for 10 years at this return and then inject it. And again, the growth rate after it starts doesn't apply. If this was somehow there were some fees associated or something, or if it's qualified money now and then you're going to inject it to taxable, we may need to set the tax rate. For now, I'm just going to leave it 0 to simplify things. So I'm going to click add to plan. So you see here 5 years, we got a little red here because they don't have any other money, so we may need to make some adjustments. And then this one lasts for more like 6 years. So again, I go back into cash infusions and I use the next line. Again, you can use any line for whatever you want. I'm just going to overwrite what's here and use it for what I want to use it for, which is this bucket strategy. So another 300,000. I'm just saying they split their money, but let's say he gets more like 7% because it's a longer term bucket, and that's at 75. And then he's trying to live on that money as long as possible. Again, the growth rate after it starts is not relevant on the infusion. When it's added into the plan, it'll grow at the bucket that we injected into. So I'll need to check the taxable to see what it's set at. Add that into the plan. And indeed, if I go to taxable, I realize now I don't have a return set. So let's just set it to something for right now. And there you go. So that red, those little gaps went away, and the bucket strategy lasts to age 85. Okay, so you may need to obviously customize it with the amounts you're putting in each bucket. You're going to have to customize it with the returns that you're estimating they're going to get on each bucket. And you're going to have to control when the bucket amounts are going to be injected. Once it's injected, then the program will start tapping it. As long as it's in here as a side fund, so in this case we're holding the first bucket as a side fund for 5 years, we're holding the second bucket as a side fund for 10 years, and then the other one kicks in 15 years because the client is 60 right now. in this example. Okay, I hope this was a good overview of how to do a basic bucket strategy. If you have any questions, send an email to support@torrid-tech.com. Thanks and happy planning.